Now that's body fluids. This isn't Catholic.
Is that a puss?
Is this made for kids?
We're back.
Hi,
We're live.
ladies and gentlemen.
We're live? We back?
I think we are back.
Vinny Bots,
Turbo.
episode 13 of the weekly issue.
Yes.
I would like to say the first 2 episodes back. All right.
Pretty good.
Not
Pretty
that
good.
bad.
Not bad. I like them.
I think it was okay.
I agree.
Since then, I've gotten tonsillitis.
Definitely. I got a slight cold, so he gave me tonsillitis.
Yeah, okay.
That's what that was.
I wake up yesterday. I wake up. I actually immediately. Well, this is a great way to start the weekly issue. I immediately vomit. Actually, the food I had the night before.
All right.
Because I don't,
sorry if you're squeamish.
I don't think I had baked ziti, and
Okay.
I just don't think it sat with me well. And I also ate it very late, and I went right to bed.
What was the
So
time frame of the ziti?
It was like how long it's been in the fridge and stuff
No,
like that.
well, that and...
Well, no, it's not.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it
maybe
be-
a day old.
That's fine.
Maybe 2.
What time were you
eating?
eating the ziti?
It was like 2:00 in the morning.
That's fucking heavy.
Yeah,
That's a heavy meal.
yeah.
2 in the morning. That is a heavy meal.
So
I
I
sit like a rock.
had the big ziti,
And
and
you're like, oh no.
and no,
But it's already 3 a.m.
no. So maybe 6:30 hits. 6:30 hits.
What were you doing?
I feel like a sharp pain,
And it'd be
and I'm like, here we go. The appendix finally failed me. I'm done. And I just get up and I release a little bit of gas from
Okay.
the mouth.
Sure.
And I release a little bit of gas, and I'm like, you know what? It was just that. You know that pain in the stomach,
Okay.
gas. You know. So I'm like, it's not really going away though. It's still lingering. I still got the
Sure.
bubble gups,
Yeah.
and I literally just maybe the term is I just release the gates of hell from my bowels. And not my bowels.
Not the bowels. That's the
From
other end.
The throat.
Yeah.
From the throat goat. And I legitimately was happy afterwards. I was like, oh,
Good.
thank God.
Oh, yeah, good.
I feel like a fucking hooker after a day in Vegas. I feel relieved. I feel nice.
Nice.
And then right after, I'm like, 6:30. I don't have a job, so I'm just going to go right back to bed. I wake up maybe 8:30 now. It's
Okay.
8:30.
Nice 2-hour rest. Oh.
Something on the right side of the throat, the trachea, maybe the right side of the throat. I'm like, I recognize the feeling. It's the
As a
you,
sore
you,
throat.
You know when a thermometer is going up the rectum. You know when you're getting blood work. You know when you got tonsillitis. So because I've had it twice in 2022,
Wow.
and they didn't want to take them out. They
Really?
said, "Oh no, you're young. We don't want to take out your fucking tonsils."
That's
Yada yada
crazy.
yada. It's the recovery is hefty, whatever. Shout out to the brand. I love the trash bag. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go quick to City MD.
Yeah.
It's a local urgent care.
Smart,
and
smart.
I fucking no copay, Fidelis. And I'm like, you know what? Here we go. I get it diagnosed by Asian doctor. Says to me, you know what? Tonsillitis, but it's mild.
Mild.
It's mild.
That's fine.
So I'm like,
You're a
you know-
pro at tonsillitis at this point. You're like
no,
mild.
I told him, I said,
like double
I'm
A
thinking
teams.
it's itis. It's come back. I didn't lick no bottle caps or train
Yeah.
rails. I'm here.
You haven't even been to
I
a
don't
swing
move.
set. Yeah.
So I got amoxicillin.
Nice.
And I just been chilling, Vinny.
Very nice.
I've been tripping on amoxicillin and
Nice.
Oreos for the past couple of days. How you been?
Delicious.
How have you been?
Pretty
Besides the
good.
cold
Can't
and
complain.
whatnot that
Yeah, I
I'm
gotta-
going to probably get.
Yes,
after
definitely.
I leave here,
I've
I'm going to see my
already-
nephew
I've
afterwards.
already offered you
Fuck
emergency.
comic books. We're not talking nothing
I've
about
already offered you emergency.
I am leaving.
Okay. Well, I was sick on Saturday. However, I still managed to gruelingly get all of the content I needed out
Yes.
before my boss here
Yeah.
got too angry.
No, well, listen, there is room for improvement, and the
Definitely,
resumes
definitely.
are coming in, so I'm
True.
happy to hear
A
that.
lot of people have been contacting me, and I've noticed more accidents. Just like, I'd be walking 6 banana peels. People are trying to get my job. So
there's just this there's just this weird guy
Yeah.
in a camouflage
keeps
suit with
following
a
me.
sniper that I just don't know why he's
bullets
around.
whiz past my head every couple of minutes.
People are saying, "Why is that laser on your forehead every fucking
like,
minutes?" I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. So yeah, no, that
I'm
was-
looking for a new partner.
looking for
a new co-host.
new personnel.
The man just doesn't know how to make TikToks. I don't know what to do.
I'm trying
I don't
my
know
best.
what to do.
Listen,
do I
our
gotta
TikToks
call
are doing
a
good.
hair from the Jobs family?
Listen.
I'll do it.
Our TikToks are doing top notch
I don't know why though.
because I make good
We're
content.
not getting comments though.
I make so.
They don't talk.
No one
People
talks.
on TikTok
How many
does
TikToks
not talk.
do you comment on? Like, how many? Like
Yeah,
in
no,
like
it
the
has- it
basis
has
of like
to-
shorts you watch. Like, how many do you? And you're like,
you know the TikToks I watch. I send them to you. I can't be seen
Exactly.
watching
What
some.
are you-
I can't be visibly on the
that's
comment
exactly.
section.
People are thinking like
I have
that.
a rep. I'm turbo comedy.
thinking like
I
that.
have a
Look it.
reputation bigger than the fucking queen. Put me on a coin. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, I do comment occasionally.
Okay.
I did comment on my friend Tyler's TikTok. No promo. I don't even want to know what it's for. I think something to do movie reviews with Tyler. And
Just want a promo though.
and I said to I look on one of his things. He reviewed Dune 2, Too Much Sand, and just to right off the bat. And I said to him, should I watch it? He wants me to watch it, so I'm like,
course.
let me watch your TikToks and like the non-spoiler TikToks, like just to get the the gist of it. And I saw somebody commented on his talk, classless director, whatever, giving it the fucking shit. And I added on to him.
You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck this
This
kid.
guy,
What is he? No,
I-
fuck this kid. I added on to him like thinking he was fucking with Tyler, and I bullied Tyler. I said, no, fuck that kid. What is he thinking? You're right. Wait, this movie sucks. So
Oh yeah. Good.
that's how I comment.
That's interaction.
I,
That's good.
I conflict comment. I cause problems.
That's good. That's
So
a
you
good
don't
way
want
to
me-
comment.
No.
I wish people would.
I wouldn't give a fuck if somebody told us you're an asshole.
That's great.
For thinking fucking Kang's gonna be Morgan Freeman.
Constructive criticism and any interaction's good interaction.
They probably didn't comment on that because there was a lot of comments on the Morgan Freeman on YouTube.
There was
on the YouTube shorts.
YouTube shorts. Yes. Yes.
Not even give me fucking.
It was good.
I know Kang is going to Morgan Freeman. That's why they commented. You don't want to give me the credit though, so you don't want to.
No, well, we made that together. That was something we made together.
Okay.
So there's no really I.
How about you tell
There's
them?
no
how about
I
you?
in the
How about you tell
okay?
them when you post it and when
There's
you
no
decide to
I
post
of
it?
Whistly. What do you mean?
So was the Morgan Freeman always scheduled to come out the 2 days before the podcast or
Of
whatnot?
course.
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay.
No. So I was editing the the second episode podcast, and I got to the point in the editing process that said, "Hey, the Kang video's up already, right?" And I go, "Oh yeah, that is up."
I'm not gonna be here and just tarnish your rep.
Well, listen.
Vinny is keeping the show alive right now. I don't
Thank you,
have an
thank
editing
you,
software.
thank
This was already agreed with, signed, sealed, delivered. Oh yeah, Steve Jobs. No,
Not. What do you mean? What are you going on?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
I
Steve
I
Jobs
give
made
him
the
credit.
phone.
I give him credit. I'm not. You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
But
So
Turbo does constantly.
I just devoured his ass
Yeah.
before we went.
Before
No,
this,
no,
it
no,
was-
no.
he
I
brought-
just don't listen.
He brought cue cards telling me how much I
No,
suck.
the cue cards are actually helpful for this episode.
He
actually.
said,
Thank you for reminding me.
He brought the cards. He was like, Telly sucked. Titles he wants changed.
Well, no, I
editing
also
on-
thought it would be professional.
He wants that fade out intro you just listened to. Yeah, that was a note.
It wouldn't have been a fade
That
out
was a
fucking
note.
intro if
That
I
was
didn't
a
bring
note.
it up.
That was a note. He could have texted me. No, he wrote it on a fucking card.
I thought it looked professional. If we had like the weekly issue sticker on the
yeah,
back,
yeah.
we're holding like Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, cough, molecules now going there.
I covered my mouth.
I thought it'd be professional, so that's what I really thought. And I also wrote upside down, so that's fine.
That's a great way to read.
No. So, Vinny, I thank you. The past 2 episodes, if you liked it, go comment on the fucking things.
Comment on them. Tell them how ugly we are. Anything.
No, I know I've been looking like shit.
I've been looking good.
No.
I've been looking good. I can't complain.
I've been working out. I've been lifting weights. I've been
Ooh,
lifting weights.
nice.
We'll talk about shit you want to hear, but
Yeah,
we've been lifting
comics will
weights.
show up some point.
We've been lifting weights.
I went to a boxing gym.
I've been. Oh well, yeah. You just told me you were becoming fucking Mr. Miyagi over
They
here.
made me round kick.
Fucking
Roundhouse kick.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
Yeah, so
Vinny's
we're
gonna be
in
Kung Fu
shape.
Panda. Vinny saw Kung Fu Panda and did not sit down.
We're in
He-
shape.
He got up and said, "You know what? Fuck you, Jack Black.
I'm the Dragon
I
Warrior.
am Kung Fu Panda."
I'm the Dragon Warrior. That's me.
No, but Vinny's been doing a great job. Listen, I just had a couple of quirks. Like, I don't like the red title on TikTok.
Well,
I think it's too bulky.
But here's the thing: he'll let me do 7, and then not tell me a thing.
Now, okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you here. You want to know why I kind of let some go before I met you face to face this Wednesday?
Why?
Because let's say one of them did very good, which the TikToks have been doing good.
Okay, so you're like,
I'm
maybe
not
it's
being the
red.
one that stops the fucking views.
So what? You see one do it.
So
all right, good.
now I'm thinking though. I
Maybe
think
they like
I'm
the red.
going to be a poll right now. I just think no one will do it. I just think it looks too bulky and
I
ugly.
would- listen, sure. I wasn't putting the red because I love them. It's literally the first option they give you. But
Yeah, I'm more of like
minimal.
if no text or if there is
That
no
would be easier
because
for
I'm like usually no text. Let me find a cool shot where I show a nip. But I think if you would do like I'm a nice yellow guy, the yellow border guy, the yellow fuck. Here
if
we
I
go.
can find one for TikTok, sure.
It's on there. It's a default.
If I look and I find, all right, I'm at it. You're just the guy. He's the face. But yeah, I'll switch it up a bit. Don't worry.
Superman got a face.
Superman
Let's
got a
talk about
face.
that.
Superman has a new face. I have the whole cast written down this time. No more.
Did they reveal it in a Valentine's Day post? Because that's
They
how you
did
fucking
not.
know.
They revealed it on Twitter, I think.
I love how James Gunn's been doing DC shit.
I mean, yeah, he's just doing like
No. Big fan.
Big fan.
Again, if they're letting James Gunn do whatever, remember we
right
were always
behind
scared
him.
to talk
We're
about him in
behind
the
him.
beginning.
We're behind
We
him.
were scared to talk about
Well, no,
James
we just
Gunn.
didn't know what he did.
Oh, I heard some clicks and stuff. We good? We still good? Did
I
that
see a
fall?
red.
Did a Quaker oat fall?
Maybe.
No, but I remember the beginning. We didn't know if he actually, if he fucking, if he touched anybody.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know what
didn't
happened.
know. We just know what happened.
But I love James. First of all,
Yeah, he
the
made some
frost
good
hair.
flicks.
Big fan of the hair. Every time I see him, I'm like a little part of me gets like the chills. And then when I watch him a second time, I'm like, this man, it was made for this job. Marvel
made-
or DC,
you know,
he
like,
was made
so-
for comic book superhero content making.
Outside of like superhero content, you know what other movie he's made?
Don't tell me because I think I may know.
All right, I'll give you one guess.
Well, kinda. Is Hellboy?
I don't know.
Fucking
I don't know.
comic
That
book?
wasn't the one Hellboy is a
He
comic.
didn't do Hellboy though, did he?
No, I don't think so. But
okay.
Hellboy,
that
I
was
think,
guess.
is a comic book.
I don't know why that came to my head, so that's why I said it.
Want to know the answer?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, the live-action Scooby-Oo. That's James.
No way, James Gunn made the original fucking Scooby Doo, the fucking one with that band. I don't know the one with
You're losing it. You're
the
losing
island,
it.
the island,
Yes.
Monster Island, whatever
Monster
the fuck it
Island.
is.
Yeah.
What's that band? It's a famous band, like not Spice Girls.
U2
but something with
was
that
in there?
fucking U2.
U2,
You should be
is that-
ashamed
is
of
that
yourself.
U2?
They won't do a Scooby
Is
Doo
it?
thing. U2. But
was
the
U2?
song went like da na 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 na. We're gonna find the clip. You're gonna put it in there, and if it's similar, I'm getting an award of some kind.
You got it.
Because I think I know it. Because he's. It's with Velma or Daphne when they're outside and that singing thing, and you can see the lead singer got possessed.
I think it's Fred.
Gay or straight?
That universe?
Well, the
Straight.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is his name, right?
Yes.
Who did the
Yes.
acting? I think he revealed, or in a podcast interview, whatever. I think he wanted it to be gay, or there was a
Okay.
line right before they got on the plane in the airport
okay.
about him, the character being gay, or they took it out.
Maybe.
I'm not
they
sure.
could have taken it out. I mean, he is very straight in that movie.
I think well, first of all, he's straight for 2024.
Sure.
2024, actually.
I've never seen a gay Fred.
Well-
Not saying I'd hate one.
First and foremost,
No, there's
I don't
nothing
give
wrong
a
with that.
fuck.
Not like there's anything wrong with that.
Because wasn't in the cartoon and stuff, Fred was a suave.
He's
Fred
a
got
suave.
the girls.
He has an ascot.
You know, the ascot. Well, the ascot was the thing that always made 1940 men think.
Mm-hmm.
50s, 40s. Yeah, definitely old back then. It made old men who came home from the coal mines think the guy's gay. I'm not having my son wear an ascot.
Maybe. But James Gunn did that. Rolling back
I'm
to Superman.
surprised.
Yeah.
Good for him, though.
Yeah.
He reveals his stuff. I've been loving what he's doing with those update videos,
Yes.
like those phase, Marvel does with the phase and whatnot. I just like, Kevin Feige does. I just remembered the last one
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Feige did, so it's not just James Gunn.
Yeah, but I mean, James Gunn, I feel, is just so much more connected because he responds to people on like X mostly, and like
That could be a.
no, but like because
Not-
people could be like
They shouldn't
like
do that
this
too much.
He doesn't do it too much, but it's like this outlandish rumor, and then he's like, "That's not true." And that's such a good, like...
Yeah. No, those things. I remember when he made the Guardians, he would always say like, "Oh, no, that's not what I thought Groot said there."
Yeah,
like,
and it's like
I
he'll
am
just
Groot,
see like
you
random
know?
posts from people, and like he'll actually go. And
He
be
was the
like,
one that revealed at the end of Infinity War. He said
says
dad or
dad,
whatever
yes.
to fucking.
Yeah.
That was good. Hey, listen, God
And
bless.
that's good, and that's good. And like,
Yeah.
it's so dangerous because like he's not right. Those are the characters he made, like not the comic books, but like for the
Yeah,
movie.
I know,
and
yeah.
like he's not writing on like Infinity War. And like,
you know what's so funny?
That's why like they always seem so different outside
But
of the
that's
Guardians.
why those two movies fucking crushed. Because you would imagine other studios, maybe the movies, like, no, I'm directing that. Like the Russo brothers, they wanted that contribution from James Gunn. Maybe they didn't have a lot of impact. They did their own singular movies, but I feel like what made the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame so good is that the directors and the staff were like an Avengers of all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I get that, but when James Gunn attacks something individually, and do you have a back itch?
No, I'm just trying to inch into frame. I'm trying to.
You're great. You're great. I thought I was gonna itch your back.
I know. Oh,
I thought you were like a bear with a fucking, a phone post.
No, I'm having like flashbacks to doing the thumbnail.
No, you're great.
And like I did I didn't have.
We are seeing a lot more of the crew. The Marvel flag.
Maybe my house is sinking, or the flag is going down.
The next episode, the foundation, the house is just fucking falling.
We sink every 2 inches. I made a deal with a witch, and now my house sinks.
But I did also screenshot some things I wanted to bring up for the pod.
Okay.
About Superman and stuff like
Superman.
that. So it has been confirmed that production has started on
Correct.
Superman.
I saw a TikTok that
I remember
Lois made.
I saw a thing that like they were showing like what's the homeland? Krypton.
Okay.
They were like images reveal
Of Krypton?
details of Krypton. Whatever. I don't fucking know. Yeah,
was
a
also-
text from Dad.
Oh,
so I'm
phone
thinking
call.
it's taco time.
Might be taco time. Hold on.
Hold on. So I remember now. So I go on X and I see James Gunn tweet this. Yeah, I remember you texted me something about Superman, but I saw this first. James Gunn tweeted when or X'd.
Wait a minute.
Posted. What do you say now?
I say tweet.
I will never stop saying tweet. When I finished the first draft of the script, I called the film Superman Legacy. By the time I locked the final draft, it was clear the title was just Superman. Making our way to you, July 2025. Happy birthday, Clark. Up, up, and away. Now,
Nice.
this is why when you watch anything from Marvel, whatever, right now, Guardians, whatever, he was invested. It's like he's a kid in the candy shop when he does something. That's why now he's he's the man behind the chair for DC. I'm very excited
Me
for
too.
the
I'm
fucking
very
future.
excited.
I am very excited. This gets my hair sticking up in the back of my head because I'm like, this motherfucker wrote it.
Yeah.
He's going to be there day to day.
Yes.
If it fails, it's on him.
It's on him.
He's not like making it any other way. He's not trying to say, "Oh, we're putting our hopes and our dreams in this one writer," and he's trying to like set up the failure, like the cushion if it fails. He's not doing that.
No.
He wrote it. He's making you know that. Like he's letting you also know, like, this got my stamp of approval.
Yes.
If it fails, it's on me. But
Sure.
I'm giving it my all. Because so now from that and whatnot, what were your first initial thoughts of what you've seen?
So I
in
haven't seen
Superman
much.
stuff?
So I'm very excited. The cast I love. So I have a little written down here, like who the cast are. So I don't know.
Yes,
some
you
things
can.
that they've-
Yes,
some things that they've done, some things that they've been in. So obviously, the man himself, the Man of Steel, David Cornsweet.
Yes.
If I butcher these names, I'm sorry.
and I've
Sue
seen
me.
it. Now listen,
I haven't seen him
this
in much.
is very stereotypical judging a book by its cover thing that they teach you in Dr.
sure.
Seuss books not to do at a very early age.
True.
But
But we're gonna do it here.
But when you do Superman,
He looks it.
you kind of have to resemble the man.
You do, and I
You gotta
think he
have the
gets it.
hair flick. You gotta have the chiseled fucking chin or the face. You gotta have super attributes.
Yes, I think he does. I do think he does.
The attributes that God gives some of his fucking children. But
Not us.
I got psoriasis and anxiety problems.
True.
He doesn't want to give me qualities like
I
Superman.
can't look like Superman. Maybe my hair.
So, again, like we said, what we could do with you in a Fantastic Four movie with this Fantastic, we can make you a Superman,
you a
but
Superman.
just when he's been fucked up.
Yeah, it's like Superman, but he's on the wagon, and he's just has to get back there, and then it's gonna be David Cornsweat.
Then I turn into
and then playing Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, and then
anything I can know her from.
the Marvelous Miss Maisel is like what she's best known for.
Okay, so
which,
like
you've seen.
preppy girl shit.
No, that's like that's a comedy show.
I remember.
That's a show about Joan Rivers.
That's on me.
So
yes,
you would
I-
probably
on
like
what?
it. So it like the
She made Joan Rivers.
no. So that show, Marvelous Miss. I haven't watched it. I just read about it today. Reading about her. So basically, it's about like
Well, you've definitely watched it. That famous
Marvelous
clip
Mrs.
of the.
Maisel? No.
Then I'm confusing it with a show. Then I'm
Maybe
not
then.
upset.
Maybe
Then I don't
then.
forgive myself.
But no, that show. So Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
So it's like an up and coming comedian, but it's based off the life of Joan Rivers.
Okay, they're very beautiful.
Okay.
What the fucking actress I'm thinking of? Oh, well, the movie I'm thinking of. Remember when the black gay guy, he knows he's gay
Okay.
and black, so I'm not like, you know.
Yeah. What?
He makes a joke at a funeral, an Asian funeral. Remember? He starts singing or something. What's that show?
Oh, that's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I'm confumbling the two. I'm confumbling
That's the
them.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That's a Netflix show. Great show. This Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is Amazon Prime.
Now people who actually want to give a fuck, they're gonna look up clip of black guy
singing at
singing
wedding,
joke
singing at
Asian
funeral.
funeral.
And then my favorite, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Now you might have seen him.
Skinny guy.
Yeah, skinny. He played in the movie The Menu that came out like a couple months ago. I love that movie, really good. He Renfield, the Dracula movie with Nicolas Cage.
Didn't see that one either.
He was
but
in
I
that,
like-
and
okay.
he was in the X-Men series. He played Beast.
He was Beast.
If you like X-Men First Class,
I was gonna say
X-Men,
maybe the one
not
I
like-
didn't see.
not like old Beast.
The X-Men I really relate to. The one I was firstly introduced to was the one they call not canon no more. X-Men Origins, whatever the fuck it is.
Yes.
When young Jean Grey makes all the cars float,
Oh,
and Stan
yeah.
Lee's hose makes it look like an erection, like
I think
his
that's
water's
like X3.
floating up.
It's like X1, X2, X3, like those.
Thank
things.
God we got.
And we're done.
Okay. All right, we had tacos at Vinny's house downstairs.
Yes. We had a break for a little bit.
We had
But
to
we're
eat.
back now.
I feel like I have diarrhea, but no, I'm great. We were talking about Superman.
Yes, the Superman cast.
Yes.
Specifically, Nicholas Hoult, I mentioned as he was formerly in the X-Men movies,
Yes.
played Beast in like the X-Men First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, those line of movies.
And I had stuff out that made me sound smart. I
True.
was gonna get back
I'm
up.
getting my stuff, the Sound Smart, out as well.
So when I heard, so now first of all, so that's the cast, beautiful, that's the names, right? Okay, cool. got it.
Whoa.
I would love to now talk about what I want out of the Superman movie.
Okay.
Because what I wrote on the official weekly issue, episode 13, posted, is
Patent pending.
basically, this isn't going to be the first movie to really start the DC, right? Like, Superman
Yes, it is. Like, what do you mean?
When is the first
Like
movie that starts James Gunn's DC world?
Superman, yes.
Oh, so it is with
It
Superman.
is Superman,
So then I would also that would not make sense if it wasn't, and they were promoting that one a lot more,
Yes.
behind the scenes stuff.
I
So
do
I get
think
it.
so. Like Blue Beetle was a movie that he had like hands in,
Yes.
that but was not totally made by
and
him.
it also
but-
looked and felt different, like
Yes, it
not like
did,
an old
yes.
DC movie.
I think is going to continue that storyline, like that Blue Beetle. I forgot the actor's name from Cobra Kai.
Yes, but what I wrote here was I want very basic main enemy, which we know is going to be what? We know the bald fuck.
Oh, Lex Luthor.
Lex
yes,
Luthor,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
We know Lex Luthor is a villain of Superman. We're not going to
That's
have to dive deep
Yes.
into everything. Of course, backstory. It's a new, Superman,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. But I want that to be, him to be the main enemy. I want Kryptonite to be like a main clutch in that first movie. I want like original, simple Superman stuff that we kind of lost with the whole evil Superman era we had.
Yeah.
And I want, I want him saving cats from a tree maybe in the first act.
Yes.
I want him to maybe, cross an old lady across the road or whatever the first act.
is-
Then the second act, go deep into Lex Luthor and maybe show why he hates Superman, but everything be very basic and core that a 5-year-old can grasp. Oh, original Superman stuff I'm familiar with, but then get him more complex and complex as we go on. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I think it's so important to capture the essence of Superman. It's
Yes.
I love Henry Cavill, and I liked his Superman. I love
Hmm.
it. But like his Superman was always so dark and gritty, and so was that whole era of like
DC.
DCU
Everything was so dark and
gritty.
grayscale. You know?
Yes, and like where Superman is such like the opposite. Like he is just such this symbol. And like I'll be honest, growing up, I didn't get Superman for a very long time. I didn't like him. I thought he was just like big, strong guy who flew around. I thought he was very one note. Now in my adulthood, I'm
Vinny,
fully able to
there is probably
understand
footage.
why Superman is the great superhero that he is, and it's that. It's his heart, and like that's the
you know
biggest
what,
thing about
Vin?
it. It's his emotions that just drive him home. That's what I love.
apologize you didn't get to experience that when you were growing up.
No,
about
as a kid,
Superman,
I was always
because
like, well, Batman. And
you
Batman
want to know
and,
why
like,
though? Because you are dumb in a little bit,
Sure.
in a little way.
Okay.
But I don't. I would bully you right now more.
Sure.
But I'm gonna say something right now.
Oh, that's so nice.
When I was in kindergarten, because I remember it was kindergarten because I got the gift for my kindergarten graduation. You know, I'm moving on up.
Sure.
I got when the
know you
movie
made-
came
I know
out,
you made
Man
that
of
far.
Steel.
Great. Yeah.
With it wasn't Henry Cavill. Man of Steel was with
Man of Steel was Henry Cavill.
Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, right? Man of
No. No, what are you talking? No.
What's the one with
that's-
Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor?
That's like Superman 2, like with
that had a name.
with Superman Returns. Superman Returns. Superman Returns.
You're supposed to be the smart one though. You're
That's-
supposed to be
I'm-
right away.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm probably wrong.
I'm just gonna type in Superman Kevin Spacey. Hopefully, no court records come up.
Superman Returns. Superman Returns. Superman Returns. Superman
is.
Returns. Smart guy. Dumb guy.
See now, look at this picture of beautiful Kevin Spacey. Probably, I don't know what he did. Like
he
you know,
was proven innocent.
like this, him holding up kryptonite. Look how classic that looks,
That
though.
does look
that
good.
just screams Superman to me without him being in the picture.
Well, he's holding a green rock. It's either that or the Emerald City.
When this movie came out, oh wait, Brandon.
Yes, he
Ruth?
was in Superman Returns. Brandon Ruth was a Superman in Superman Returns.
He was Superman. He's not the one that fell off a horse and.
Huh? No. Christopher Reed.
Nah, Christopher. I thought Christopher Walken for a
No,
second.
no. He put a watch up his butt.
No, Kryptonite.
Pull my string. The party's today.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
It's not there.
No.
Where is he?
I'm in Metropolis.
I'm feeling a little weak to the knees.
Lois, we gotta get the
Can I?
report.
Fuck you.
Come on.
Lois.
Jimmy, take that picture. And that's
Who's
Christopher
this
Walken.
clock guy on your Facebook?
Anyway,
The DC Universe
the DC Universe.
is headed into a new territory. This is from comicbook.com. With James Gunn and Peter Safran shepherding a new wave of movies and TV shows that will reset the canon in some major ways. The first film that will be part of the DC Studios slate is a solo Superman movie written and directed by Gunn, which just got some major updates on Thursday as it officially began production.
Okay.
Through a social media post, Gunn shared the first official look at the emblem on the costume that will be worn by David Cornsweet.
On screen. No.
He will be known to me as Cornsweet.
Corn Sweat, yeah. I don't know. Like, even who cares? Oh, who cares? The correct way to pronounce his name?
There you go.
Corn Sweat. Because some people don't got toilet paper, but I've got corn.
They don't know that reference, Vinny. We're gonna have to do another video to explain. I was in a car service and this guy.
Don't explain it here. Explain it over at Turbo Comedy.
Oh, thank you, Vinny, for the promo. This says that they were gonna make Superman black. No, the emblem was revealed, and in the process, he revealed that the film has shortened its title from Superman Legacy just to Superman.
They charge by the letter, folks.
When I
They're
thi-
not making it that far. They're not making it that
And here's something I also screenshot because I wanted to maybe talk about this also. The news of Superman title change has already courted quite a lot of conversation online, with a wide array of opinions about the branding for a new reboot. While we'll have to wait another year and a half to see the final product, Superman, the evolution of his title could be a small but symbolic part of DC's fresh start. Why is your
It tells me when it's going to rain.
Echo or whatever? Who's that?
It's 7 o'clock. It tells me when it's going to rain.
Is it gonna rain?
Rain possible. That's what the noise means.
It's
gonna rain
been
tomorrow.
raining a lot.
It's gonna rain tomorrow too. That's what that is.
So, okay, Benny, are you one of the people on Twitter or on X or on Instagram or on MySpace that are already causing hate about this movie because of a simple name change?
No, because movies aren't real, and I can't devote too much of my time to them.
Benny, are you saying to me that comic book superhero movies aren't real? Because I remember when I used to leave an X-Men movie, I would put pens in between my fingers and run around like Wolverine.
Well,
so
you were also infantile, and much like your adult self, quite dumb.
yeah.
So honestly, I am very excited for this movie. I'm excited for James Gunn's world. I'm excited for a fresh take. But like I said, it's DC. I've said it before. I've said it a million times. I'm not getting my hopes too high.
Yeah.
But the hopes are up, as in recent. I'm excited for it. As
just-
long as they nail Superman, they're good.
So,
and it's the
okay,
first movie. It has to. It's so much riding on this movie.
So what we know
There's
now
so much.
is that the only thing we know now from that James Gunn reveal video of him talking about the projects and stuff, right? We know that there's gonna be a Batman and Robin.
Yes.
So he is going very comic book-esque.
Yes.
Like very original theme style stuff. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like and that I just can't wait for that. But the reason why it's so hard for me to talk about a lot more stuff in DC is because we don't know yet.
Yes.
We get to talk about Marvel with such, like sustained sometimes,
yes.
Very opinionated because they've given us a lot of good
They've earned
stuff.
their marks. They've
Earned their mark, but all the good stuff they've given, that's why all the bad stuff they may come either now or in the past, we get to be so hard on it because it's like we know what you can do. We never really got
It's
an
brand
era
new of
of
good
DC where it's like, oh shit, like they're pumping out a lot of cool stuff. You could argue when it was during that era, Superman Returns, when they were just throwing out movies just
like,
randomly.
Those movies were good. We're not talking about like back then. More like
when they
DCE
weren't trying to build a world.
Yeah,
when they weren't trying to build the
build
Justice League world.
They
you
weren't
know?
trying to catch up to Marvel's 20 years
Pre-Justice League DC shit. What
Yes.
would, because Vinny is a lot, I would say you're more of a DC fan at heart,
At
you know?
heart, I am more of a DC guy.
What do you want, how do you want to see this Superman interact with the other movies you see him making, like Batman and
Batman,
Robin?
Robin.
It's not going to be a dark, maybe, I don't know, but like the Batman,
I just
Superman
want it to be
relationship we got
comic-
was
like,
dark
I mean, I
this
want to say
time.
I want it to be comic accurate. Like I don't want to be like it has to be like panel for panel.
Yeah.
They're very simple themes when it comes to it's like themes that have been written tales as old as time. You know, it's like the dynamics between Batman and Superman is so like simple and complex. It's so like you get this where like Clark is so is like wow, like Batman is like this hero of the night and like
Yeah.
he doesn't have powers. Like Superman is so
He should
amazed.
look up to Batman.
Exactly. They both look up to each other.
Okay.
Is like the thing that I love so much about their dynamic.
But what
It's-
we got recently was like the Bad Girls Club
Yeah,
of
exactly.
DC.
They're
Like, no, bitch.
Yeah, Batman's like, we have to be stopped.
Yeah.
You have to be police. Which I think is like comic book movies, like, for lack of a better term, hard on for like everything being so logical and like what would happen if this was happening in New York
Do you
right now.
think-
It's I with live action movies, I want them to dive more into the sillier
Yeah.
comic. Because like it's a fantasy.
But Marvel does a lot. The silly shit.
It's not even like jokes and haha. Like
Yeah.
it's a fantasy world. Like it's like in like
Spider-Man's not good. Spider-Man could have a serious movie. We can say like the last one, but a lot of funny comedic shit in between.
Yes, but here's a good example. It's like imagine like Andrew Garfield, his first Spider-Man
Yes.
movie. He's fighting the Lizard. The Lizard, instead of being like a CGI green monster, is a guy in like a crocodile hoodie.
Yes.
That's what they do to like every
yeah.
Batman
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You get. It's like these
And the
characters-
cops are somewhat involved.
It's like
You don't see a fucking cop in a Marvel movie up until the last part where
It's
they're
like-
just shooting the air.
And that's what I want from a Batman movie. That's why I like Robinson Batman, the Batman movies. Like I love the first one, obviously, but I'd love
I can't see him being the new DC's Batman
no,
though,
he's not.
because they
it's a
still
different
went
world.
very dark with him. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
That's fine because Batman is dark, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's also he's not. You don't have to worry about that because he's not.
But I also remember movies like Batman and the Iceman, you know what I'm saying?
true,
With
true,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
true.
where
And
to
those are
me
just-
it didn't feel, they were showing bold shots
Exactly.
of Batman,
And
you know what I'm saying?
nip shots.
There was some purple tones,
suit had
like, you
nipples.
know?
But yeah, that's why I want them to dive back more into that. Not everything has to be real. Have fun. is like
I
such,
think
like,
you
a
hit the nail on the head,
important
though. I
thing.
think they were trying too hard to chase the Marvel.
Yeah. It's like
dream,
Bane's
you
in
know?
like instead of Bane being like the Venom guy and like the Dark Knight Rise, it's like it's just a guy in like a suit, and it's like not the.
It's a guy. It's a guy with a pacemaker.
It's a guy, and it takes away so much from the character.
I remember seeing that Batman with Bane.
Yeah.
I don't remember being blown away by it in the movie
yeah.
theaters,
Like,
you know.
I think
But
that was the
I
general
always loved because
consensus.
even back then I wasn't so serious back then
Yes.
with comic shit. So I remember watching Spider-Man 3 in the theaters with Venom and being shell shocked.
Yeah.
you know. But people fucking hated it. I remember seeing that
We were also
Batman
kids,
with Bane, and everybody went crazy. I was that age, and I really wasn't going crazy. So it was something with me in DC. I could never really click
Connect, yeah.
with DC stuff.
I think it's like you have to find your character to connect. You have like so many characters.
And maybe listen,
Spider-Man.
and I want James Gunn to get me invested because I'm sick of just reading Marvel comics.
True.
You know, like I could read DC comics now and still
Especially
be fun.
when DC comics are better.
Yeah, I just.
I said what I said.
Let's go back. Was DC the original comic?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Like I think.
Because
So.
I
I'm
just
pretty
feel
sure.
like whenever I watch a
I know
DC
before
thing,
like Marvel was like Atlas or something, like a different company.
yeah, I remember they
before
changed
then.
the name,
and then
and Stan Lee said they changed the name because of us, whatever, because we
yeah,
were Marvel
like,
and they
we,
were.
We taught him, and he.
So
changed
it's
it to
like,
us.
I mean, every time I read a DC comic or I watch something new from DC, like when I watched Justice League for the first time, I didn't know what Cyborg was.
Yeah.
I didn't know who those fucking people were.
You didn't know Cyborg?
Maybe,
Titans show?
maybe. Teen Titans. Okay.
All right, that's
I
one of
was
the
Drake-
best.
I was Drake
that
and
is
Josh.
one of the best
I was
shows
victorious.
of our
the only
childhood.
time I remember
Let's
watching
not.
Teen Titans Go, whatever the fuck it
No,
was, or Teen
no,
Titans.
I ain't
know
talking
because
like
Go's
that.
different.
I ain't
I was
talking about
hungover
that.
in a Los Angeles hotel room,
Well-
and they were kicking me out an hour after, and I had an hour of sleep, and I was watching that. That's it.
That's a
and
bad
it knocked
time to
me
watch
out.
it. Bad
And
time to
I
watch
put
it.
that on to go to
Bad
sleep
time to
because the
watch
same guy who voice
Bad.
acted the Robin was Marlton in COD Zombies. So that's how I knew.
Dead air.
Star Wars is going too far, in my opinion.
I think they should slow it down. Is what Turbo said. To
Oh,
me.
you think? I
that's
was
what-
gonna
that's what-
say,
that's
you're
what
not
Turbo
putting my
told me.
quotation?
That's what Turbo told me before.
Let's move on to this. Star Wars, in my opinion, Vinny, because Vinny wants to talk about some Star Wars video games that come out.
He
I played.
texted me and said, "Let's talk about Star Wars." So,
No, yeah, we gotta talk about
Oh,
Star
I'm
Wars
gonna talk
more.
about- yeah, that's true. And
You're not gonna take my opinion.
I wasn't gonna.
I feel like they
literally-
need to stop Star Wars
I
content.
think they should also. Stop.
I really
think
think
the franchise should just end.
disrespected. I think honestly, if we can go back for a second, I am not a big Star Wars guy. I was not a big Star Wars guy when, of course, I was still in my father's scrotum when the original series was going on. I was a lot. I was past the placenta stage. I was pushed out. I was born when the prequels were coming out. Like I was a baby though.
I was
like
gonna
a
say,
fucking
it's like,
baby.
you were not any of the originals.
Like My Chemical Romance was coming out with their first debut fucking album, and I think the second, when Attack of the Clones or something, I don't know the fuck was coming out. The second
2004,
prequel, the
2005?
second prequel. It was definitely,
2002, I think.
we'll pass that. I remember though, like it being promoted around me as a kid. I remember buying the trilogy DVD set at Toys R Us because I was getting into Star Wars when I was maybe around like 8 years old, 8, 9. I want to say.
Sure.
So that's why I got into Star Wars. I didn't really know anything else existed past those movies from Blockbuster.
yeah.
I remember. I swear to God, I remember the first time I ever watched the original Star Wars. They were from Blockbuster.
Really?
Swear to God.
Wow.
Me and my father went to Blockbuster, and I asked my dad, "Hey, Dad, I don't know what the original ones were." So my dad got all the original ones from Blockbuster. I watched them, and I said, "Why if they're supposed to continue from the prequels, why is the
numbers
quality shit? Why is the quality shit? Did they just fuck up? Was there no budget?" And then he goes, "Nobody," and he explained the whole Star Wars thing to me. My father explained to me the way a Brooklyn dad would. So they fucking did that then, and then they did this now, and they continue it. So that's the education I got. That's why I need Vinny to educate me. I just think it's too much stuff.
I mean, they definitely slowed down in these past couple of months, but yes, they definitely they were definitely.
You could say the same thing about Marvel with the
Marvel
too many
put so
shows
much
and
more
stuff.
out than Star Wars had.
But at least though, Vinny, we're building something with Marvel. Star Wars, I feel like we
You don't
already
know-
built the sandcastle.
You don't know where
the
we're going.
sandcastle is made. You had it, okay? Let Dune have
the
its fucking
sand.
chance now. Even though I like it's too much sand, I don't like it. I love Timothée Chalamet, sexy motherfucker. I just can't get into it. But enough.
No, I'm with you. I mean,
And am I wrong? Did I see Jack Black is in Star Wars now? They are making characters to fucking keep it going. Enough. And I know the reason why I'm talking to you like this is your fault. Fans like you go on X and they go, we need an answer for blah, 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 and they make 5 more shows.
that's true. They do. I do that all the time.
When I'm like, kill Baby Yoda, let's fuck him up.
Get him out of here. Honestly, they've roughed him up a bit.
He's causing so much trouble. Daddy Yoda's gone. We don't know if any of his family's around. Sorry. Let Harry Mandel get a job. Bring back Deal or No Deal. Let's start funding shows.
Let's get real cinema back. Kill Baby Yoda. Cancel the Marvel Universe. Get Deal or No Deal back on the air. What happened to Legend of the Hidden Temple? Get that back up on there.
I mean, I don't know why we're not talking about the fact that fucking Real Housewives is going downhill.
Real Housewives going down?
Let's cut Real Housewives. And
what's all these Love is Blind, Love Island? Get another Deal or No Deal.
Love and Hip Hop.
Come on.
I mean, like, let's get... If you want to compete with that, they should go the route of, like, reality TV with these Star Wars characters.
Okay, so you want fake reality TV shows following Star Wars characters.
Like, if they would have done one with the Obi series, when Obi-Wan doing those, like, office-style interviews.
Okay.
Where he's like, I just fucking saw Qui-Gon.
Like
holy
you want, like,
shit.
The confession booth?
Holy fuck.
Obi-Wan, yes.
Oh, my God. First of all, this camel's making my ass... Stuff like that.
Like, let it all be written by NBC.
Yeah.
Just
no, they'll go to PG.
Oh, yeah, we need some...
Let's write it.
We need money. Yeah, we need money, guys. This is an empty studio in somewhere in New York,
some wacky location.
We actually have to. It's a traveling bus. We go to different locations before the cops get us.
I just finished because it's like, you're okay. I was so into. I told you anything they make, animated wise, that's pre-episode 3, don't, Vinny. I feel like
He's not
it is
watching.
So dumb.
He's not watching.
Because if we know,
us
if we're
educated
watching,
fans, we know that it's good.
I couldn't get into
the best of the. It's the best of the franchise.
I could respect Clone Wars. I love what they did with Clone Wars because they introduced a lot of stuff that they didn't know. But let me tell you something. Ahsoka being a huge part of Clone Wars, right? Yes. Shout out Trump. Huge role in Clone Wars.
Yes.
Episode 3 was technically going on in the Disney Plus new season they brought back years ago, right?
Yes.
They show you why you didn't see Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Bull fucking shit.
What are you talking
You're going to tell me now I get to go and watch back episode 3 with Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting shit like that, and in my head I know somewhere, Maul and Ahsoka going at it? No. Don't do that to me.
Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing?
I would rather my head go, holy shit, after this fight, maybe if they introduce like Clone Wars being after, like Rebels. Yeah. If they did Rebels in the spot of Clone Wars where you can go back and watch Clone Wars and go, oh shit, Ahsoka, there's going to be a character that gets introduced. If your mind could go to...
It's the same thing. It's just a couple years before.
I can't watch Clone Wars and go, oh, what's going to happen soon? Like, I know the whole world's going to die. I know your Jedi friends are going to die.
It's the same thing with Rebels, because you know it's in between. You know it's...
Rebels, there was a huge fucking gap, I feel, between 3 and when Luke wants to find his father.
Because of the real-life gap. Like, the thing about Clone Wars is you get to see...
Rebels, you don't know what's coming next because you didn't do. Because you didn't.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You know that
Rebels.
You know that Luke's headed for the Emperor.
Rebels, you're watching it, getting introduced to a lot more new characters, which I fucking love. They had that crazy monster guy in Ahsoka, right? Or whatever the Mandalorian, the monster guy.
Zeb?
Steve Bloom.
Oh, Zeb.
Zeb was in Mandalorian. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Because you want to know why? I can respect that. Because we don't know what it's a new time, new frame. We don't know it's a mystery world. Boom, Zeb, boom. We don't know what's going to happen in the future with him.
Gives so much more. Don't you want to spend time?
You gotta
with
show.
The movie characters?
Okay.
Don't you want to spend time with these beloved characters? And that adds so much to their story.
If we would have stayed in more past scenes in Obi-Wan, when we stood in that pocket of him teaching Anakin and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
And they made maybe 2 episodes out of just that, of just doing shit in the past. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't
You're
give
not wrong.
a fuck
You're not right.
about what Anakin
Why?
does.
He's like the
wait, am I not
best
wrong? Am I not
character.
right?
You're not right.
Vinny, you're gonna watch an episode, right, of Obi and Anakin. Let's say they stole some plums from a Galaxy food store, right? I don't give a fuck what happened because I know Obi's gonna kill this motherfucker. I don't care
my
what little
God.
side quest they
You have
did.
no brain for story.
I could sit through WandaVision when they're doing fucking Roseanne style shit and no deep well. This has no meaning, but guess what? It's fucking content. I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're telling this isn't content. You're telling me that
A lot of episodes in Clone Wars. A lot of episodes. You know, what my favorite episode in Clone Wars was when they when they showed you how they make baby Jedi's pick their fucking lightsaber
That's
color.
so good.
Cult fucking abuse shit.
Such a good episode.
Prison abuse shit.
Such a good
I love
set of
that.
lore. Such a good set
That
of
gave
lore.
you new shit. I don't want. You know how many episodes was just fucking drones? People bop for 45 fucking minutes.
Clone Wars. Half of them were
For
droids.
45 minutes, you had and depending on the color of the Clone Wars logo you got in the beginning, you knew what
That's- you
episode
know
you were
what
getting.
episode.
If
Isn't
I
that
saw a
cool?
light blue one, I
off.
knew I was doing with droids.
I'm off.
For fucking 45 minutes. Oh, people, blah, blah, blah. And it's fucking Yoda with some guy you don't even know. Oh, no, yeah, it could be here. What are we finding? A gem that has no meaning whatsoever for the future of the fucking Star Wars? I don't care.
Good.
Why am I watching this?
Because it's more
Disney
time.
XD?
It's more Cartoon Network. It's more time with characters
It was on Disney
that you
XD.
love.
Was it on
It was
Disney
on
XD?
Cartoon Network. It was on Cartoon Network.
I think they made a fucking switch.
Maybe there was a
for money.
deal that put them on there, but it originally had on
The
Cartoon
Drake
Network.
Bell Spider-Man was on Disney XD.
That's true. I cannot argue with that fact. But I'm saying Clone Wars is so essential, and I loved Rebels too.
Like-
And you
like-
have a point with the Rebels where you're introduced with so many new characters, and you are watching such a different story
Mm-hmm.
that you sort of don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
But it
Like I
ultimately
like
does
what
tie
they did
into
with the Ahsoka series.
Yeah, I liked Ahsoka.
I like Ahsoka.
A lot of people didn't like Ahsoka. I liked Ahsoka.
I like Ahsoka because listen, at the end of the day, how much more of an impact can she make?
True. What more do you want her to do? This poor woman?
She is one of the last Jedis.
True.
You know, she's trying her best to hide it.
True.
You know,
As is everybody.
I love the role she had in the first Mandalorian season. Am I correct with that? When she goes to Luke and says, second, when she says like, he needs to be with Mando, whatever. Oh, he needs to choose.
Be with his own people.
Yeah, you have to make him choose. You can't like force him, whatever.
Yes, yes.
Which I don't respect that.
Why? You always
Okay,
like to help him?
Luke. How about that? Another thing. You know what? Maybe that's cool too. Maybe I'm contradicting. We now know Luke basically says, spoilers, we now know Luke in the future will basically say, fuck the Jedi world, fuck this shit, fuck this religion.
Yes.
I don't know why I wasted my life with this. I'm a loser. I can't believe it. I'll go and he burns the fucking Jedi Temple, right? Or the remake Jedi Temple.
No, he doesn't burn it himself. No.
Oh, Ghost Yoda does something where he goes.
No. So you're referring to when he goes into exile?
Yeah, like when he just fucking says, fuck this shit.
Like he goes to kill Kylo Ren. Kylo, in retaliation, burns down the temple.
I thought he was about to destroy the fucking temple. Like he didn't give a fuck.
He was talking about. So that's when he would Rey was already gone. He was talking to Force Ghost Yoda. It was in the present day.
Yeah.
And he was talking to Yoda, and he's like, failure, rah rah rah. The Jedi text, blah. So Yoda strikes the tree with lightning.
Yes.
And he's like, "But the Jedi text."
Yes.
Yoda saying that the order failed. It's time to do something new, which is
Live as a farmer.
yeah, basically, which is one of the best parts of Last Jedi. There's not many.
So now that's what I'm trying to say. So now in the Mandalorian, when Ahsoka goes to Luke and says, "Oh, you need to make him choose," doesn't the stuff we've seen in future past that?
It's
he
very
feels,
frustrating.
but also Grogu wasn't a really big character in these.
No, I mean,
So what the fuck? So why do we give a fuck?
that's the thing. We don't know where they're going. We don't know. Obviously, there's a
But
lot
if
of
we
fan
got those
speculation.
future movies with Rey, right?
Sure.
there was no global impact.
So I don't know. There's a lot of speculation in the community right now that they're not going to go the sequel route. That they're going to do something that changes the future. But I don't know how true that is.
See Rogue One?
I don't think
Could respect Rogue One.
that's great. That was
They went back.
yes.
We knew what was going to
It's the
happen,
best
but we
example.
found out how.
Exactly. It's the best example of going back and like you know what's gonna happen, but it doesn't matter. I think, but like
Yes.
there's so many parts of that. It's the characters, it's the acting, it's the score, it's the passion.
Yes.
So many things had to go right to make that happen. Plus, I
Yeah.
think it's better that it's a movie. Like for Clone Wars,
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get filler episodes. 'cause you're trying
I'm
to
always
fill
a
in the
fan
gap.
of movies rather than shows.
Yeah,
Because
but
I feel
so,
like
the
shows.
movie's very easier to do that with.
Yeah, and shows I feel like you have to go through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
Movies, they may have some moments where it's dull and you can go to the bathroom.
Sure.
But I feel like movies, they have to get to the point because they
Yes.
know it's only one.
You only
piece
have like a
of-
couple
you know what I'm saying?
hours to do it. So like I understand.
What
that.
would you want to see? But like, okay, what would you want to see that you know it's gonna be like a one and done thing? Like, so now we want more Obi-Wan, right?
Sure.
I feel like it could end where it did though, and we can talk
think
about
it
it
would
for
be fine.
years to come.
Yes, I
and
agree.
that's what they need. They have to stop doing
That's-
things.
I don't-
It was
Exactly.
It
I
was
don't need to
excessive.
see
How
an
do we
Obi-Wan
stretch
season
it for
two.
10 years?
Yeah, I don't need to see
Enough
an
of
Obi-Wan
that.
season 2.
And we were gonna talk about The Walking Dead, but I feel like a lot of this is the reason why we're going. Like, why do we want to talk about The Walking Dead?
Because
Because
it-
it's
yeah.
so stretched out.
Yes,
It's
so
there's
drawn
so
out.
many opinions and shit now that you could talk about. To where like with Star Wars. I just want to like get back to the core story. There's so many things now to where you have to like research. No, you have to read that book before you. What the fuck?
Especially with the sequel trilogy. Like, literally, they made a whole planet and made you read a book after. Bad. Bad writing. Bad thing to do.
So, what would you want to see in the perfect world of Star Wars? Where would you want to see it go? I know it's a very big question, but from in my opinion,
there's a full part of me that's like, just end it.
in my well,
As a Star
yeah,
Wars
in my
fan-
opinion too. Yeah, that would be cool.
As a Star Wars fan, just like,
Release some coloring books here and there. You know, some pajama bed sets.
give me some video games, whatever. But I think the obvious answer, it's everyone's answer, go like further back in time, do like the height of the Jedi, like the
Yeah, I
the
would-
High
you know-
Republic, like all that.
you
stuff,
know what I would
think
like?
is just the easy answer.
If they went back and instead of like Clone Wars bullshit fucking stories that some of them have no significance whatsoever besides time placers.
we want like a
right?
Star Wars like what if show.
Imagine if they did a show where like, you know, like the flashbacks in the Obi series, where it's Obi and Anakin, but it was the significant things. Like you saw
Clone
Anakin,
Wars, but just the
No, well,
good episodes.
in a way.
So you can
In
just
a
go
way.
back and watch the most important episodes of Clone Wars.
I guess no. Well, I guess I'm saying that's not it dying.
Oh, I thought that was a dying.
No, now the screen you saw last time for a half hour, now they only see for 2 seconds.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'm saying in the most perfect way without basically contradicting myself for the whole 30 minutes is Rebels style content in movie form. Like
Okay.
I would
But I
want
feel like I don't know because Rebels only works because it's a show. You
ready?
Okay.
the first Vader Ahsoka fight. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Let that be the thing we're reaching up to.
Oh, so it's like
you know?
so like where Rebels would have like a 4-part episode, that just in a movie.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Honestly,
You know,
yeah,
but
that's simple.
and because and you can now say, how did this affect the future? But have things to be where like, no, you know what's gonna happen.
Doesn't
you know.
matter. It's
It
just a
doesn't
cool
matter.
thing that happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not like a boring. It's not like I know what happens. This episode's rather boring, so I'm not really interested.
Yeah.
As opposed to the episodes where like
Or a
stuff's
great
happening,
way
it's
to end the pod and a great way to end up what you wanted to talk about. They could just end with this type of content where it's video games.
That's what I
where
said.
it's
Keep it to video
short,
games.
maybe. I don't know. Just like
You can do a lot with video games.
throw away. Fuck Vinny. It's just give them props for keeping a fucking franchise alive for as long as they did.
Definitely, yeah.
But at the same time, it's weird how Marvel could go on, even though
Yeah.
they just started their theatrical experience when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so funny how they could get away with all this crazy shit, shows and stuff. DC could start now. And we're okay with
I
it.
think
Star Wars, it's been years in the mainframe of like best franchise, right? and they have to keep that. It's hard.
The main difference for our generation, at least, is that Star Wars really had, like, Marvel had a great 20-year run.
Yeah.
That is so significant. The Infinity Saga is so successful and so good. Where, like, Star Wars, you had the original trilogy, which is, like, the top echelon of, of everything. Then you had the prequels come out. That's when they got shaky. Like, not obviously, like, they're fan favorites. I love them. A lot of people in our generation love them.
Did you
had an entire generation of people that hated the prequels.
You ever see the video of like a news report or whatever, like a news station outside of a theater?
Yeah.
The first prequel, Phantom Menace, and after the Phantom Menace, you saw like people coming out like, I don't know, man.
Like, it's been shaky.
Like, I don't know.
Since then.
Like, you saw a bunch of fucking people like that are about to kill themselves. They were
exactly.
I was promised something.
Like, could you imagine, like, right now in, like, phase 4 of Marvel, we're getting to that point where it's like, oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know what they're doing. And obviously, I'm not
like right now in Marvel, like we're a little scared right now in Marvel.
But that's why I'm saying, like, to answer your question, Star Wars is like, now it's just like, and then like for a while it's like the sequels.
It's like we've been past that feeling, and it doesn't look like Disney's reading the room.
Yes,
you know, it's like
so true.
Marvel can maybe read the room by canceling a show, like here and there. Star Wars, I feel like they've been like, oh, you're tired? We're gonna keep going.
But I mean, listen, they have obviously Dave Filoni and John.
So, because you also said they canceled some video games.
They did. So they canceled. They were doing a Mandalorian. I heard it was a Mandalorian game. There was like I heard like
cool,
a Star Wars like first person
flying
shooter.
around as fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was like a Star Wars first person shooter, like Battlefront.
I wasn't a big fan of Battlefront.
I love Battlefront. Battlefront was great.
You know, maybe it's because I was always so bad at multiplayer that a lot of fucking sweaters that just didn't stop playing. Oh no, I love that. Vinny, I would 18 and over, I would get a little bit, you know, and go on Battlefield and play the Galaxy missions when you're just flying in space. I'd be like, oh my God. I'd be tripping, shooting fucking shit, and the fucking Han Solo's ship.
Millennium Falcon.
I would just be shooting, and I'd die, and you would have R2D if you were Anakin, you'd have R2D2 on your thing. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So that game was canceled. No more. No more of that. Get that out of here. However, in the Jedi series, they call it, that's with Cal Kestis. Jedi Fallen Order.
Do a Cal Kestis show.
Yes. All right, don't interrupt me. Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, they are working on a Jedi 3 game. But EA did lay off like 5%, which is like 600.
There was a trailer of a new Cal Kestis game coming out like during the Super Bowl, right? Or something like recently, a couple months ago?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You are making that up. That is fake news. That is, and I'm not standing for it. That is fake. Not real.
What would it be called again?
Jumbo Bubbo.
Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah. Well, Jedi Fallen Order came out 9 years ago. Jedi Survivor came out a couple, maybe a year ago now, or a couple months. Jedi 3 has not been announced yet, so no trailer. No, you know, I'm trying to think there was a game. I know Star Wars Acolyte is a TV show, but they didn't get a trailer.
No, there was just something released.
I think Bad Batch is coming out now. Bad Batch is like the only Star Wars thing I can think coming out right now. They released that they might do a Star Wars What If show similar to Marvel's. We talked about that last time. Nothing is sacred. I do believe you are fabricating news. I believe this is what people in the biz call fake news.
I for sure feel.
I don't think so.
What? Star Wars Jedi Survivor?
That was 9 months ago.
Did that come out?
Yes, it came out months ago.
Okay.
It is very much not in rotation. It did not do well.
This is the trailer I saw.
That's
1 year ago.
Maybe last Super Bowl. This
Jedi Survivor.
Yes, that was a very long time ago.
And this came out. A year ago, not very long.
Yeah, but
this is a part of the series, though. No, Danny DeVito's in it.
No,
his character.
He looks like.
I call him Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
The fucking midget.
I was just talking about Jedi Survivor. Yes, this is the series I'm talking about. Cal Kestis. The Jedi.
I always thought it was just called Fallen Order, something else. You know what I'm saying?
It's always like Jedi Fallen.
Yeah, like I remember he was riding
Survivor.
a fucking mammal or something. He was riding big bird.
He rides a mammal.
I'm not a fan of his default Jedi look.
What's the
like
difference?
that cut, the circumcised top.
Well, you could change it. That's the beauty of the game. The beauty of the game. Always change your top, kids.
Yeah, no. So Star Wars, God bless. I think we're good here. I think you have a lot of content. I think it's 2 hour long.
Oh no,
How long?
that's not good. That's not good.
59 minutes.
Oh, why didn't you stop me?
We're gonna be rendering for 5 days. So if you don't see a podcast, the episode for the next week is still rendering. So we love you. Thank you so much for watching.
Hope you guys enjoyed. What are you excited about in anything? Please just talk to us. Please leave a comment. Please, we want to know you're there. Please, for the love of God, I spend so much time editing these. Just talk to me. Something. Talk to me.
He's dealing with stress.
Something.